Okay, so quick reminder, the 15 minutes of positivity practice group, we get together today, Monday through Fridays, just for 15 minutes. And the goal and the purpose of the group is to reinforce, technical term for this is self-directed neuroplasticity or brain plasticity. That simply means that we are choosing experiences that we want, that we think are helpful and are positive for us, rather than just being on the receiving end of challenging experiences, right? We're choosing to carve out just a few minutes a day to say, hey, we're going to stimulate those neurons that allow me to feel something positive. And so today I was thinking, since it's Friday, we're coming in weekend. This idea of mental and emotional fitness. So, this guy in this picture reminds me of myself, you know, not infrequently, where there's just this sense of, especially on a Friday afternoon, there can be a feeling of like, man, it's been a long week. I'm feeling tired. I'm just not quite sure what I'm doing and where I'm headed. And so I just want to point out these two components to what I would refer to as. First one is consistently and routinely baking into our day this capacity to build foundational skills. It's a like resilience by continuously, on a regular basis, activating these desired brain states, such as attitude and groundedness and equanimity and so on. And that's like, it's almost like going to the gym and just saying, yep, I'm just going to do this day in and day out. Guess what? After 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks of doing this on a regular basis, you begin to build foundation of skillfulness or a kind of mental and emotional fitness. Now, the other part that is, I think, really important for us to learn how to be able to use or activate is this, what I would call emergency. So sometimes where we just feel overwhelmed, we feel triggered, and now it's game on. We're redlining, and no matter how much time we've spent in the last couple of weeks, right now we find ourselves in the situation where it's like, man, I feel really stressed out. I feel really activated by, maybe my past traumas are being triggered. So then what? What do we do? It's good to have a little bit of an arsenal or toolkit of emergency de-stressors that we can say, hey, I know situations like these, here's what I can do. And so one of the rules to sort of ideas to think about it, when your organism is being triggered, just remember that stress and trauma lives in the body. And so the way to deal with it in the moment is to go back into the body, right? Realize trauma doesn't really do much other than ruminative thoughts and so when we feel triggered and overwhelmed, the way to address that is to stimulate certain sensory experiences in the body. And I'll come back to breath. So this is a technique that I've times before. It's been really extensively as well by this guy here, Andrew Huberman, who's a bit of sort of an online sensation. He's a Stanford neuroscientist, especially his specialty is eyes and so the visual brain. And he did this really interesting study where he compared 5 minutes of mindfulness practice a day with various breathing exercises. And what he found was that this technique that I'm about to show you, called the physiological sigh, is hands down the most effective way of, in the moment, in a stressful situation, to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system and actually calm ourselves down. So better than mindfulness, trying to watch our emotions and trying to find space between our thoughts and our experience. Best thing to do here is just go straight into this breathing technique. So the technique is the following: you inhale through your nose, almost to full lung capacity, but then you add what's called another sip on top of it. So it looks like this. right? So that second sip is really important because what it does is physiologically it opens up all the what are called the alveoli in our lungs, and it maximizes our lungs capacity to exchange oxygen with CO2. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get rid of as much CO2 as possible and recalibrate our oxygen and CO2 levels, because that's what helps send the signal to our nervous system that we're actually calm and that we're okay. So the technique is the following. We go, right? So we do the full inhale, the sip, and then just let the air out. And we're all going to find a different um, sort of speed at which we do this. But I'm going to set my timer to doing this for, we'll do it for about 3 minutes. And just a reminder, like this is something that you can do in the moment when you're stressed out. And so to reinforce this point, let's start just by closing our eyes and getting in touch with how we're feeling in this moment now. Then we'll do some breathing, and then we'll drop back into a basic, sort of self-awareness meditation. And let's just see if or what the difference actually is in terms of the before and after. So close your eyes and bring your awareness to the present moment. Just a reminder, this is what you would do if you're feeling stressed out or if you're feeling triggered. And you can do this, obviously, not driving in your car, but you can do it sitting in the car. You can do it sitting in a coffee shop. You can do this sort of in stealth mode. And the idea is to first bring yourself into the present moment and just notice what's the state of your arousal, would be the technical term for it. Like what is your nervous system experiencing in this moment? Notice your quality of your breath, how deep it is, how rapid it is. Just observe it. Just taking a quick inventory of what does it feel like to be living in your body right here, right now. And probably when you would deploy this technique, you're probably going to notice that you're feeling kind of activated. Your heart rate might be up, your palms might be sweaty, might be feeling a little bit of adrenaline. That's the whole point. And at that, so when you notice that, what you would do is this breathing technique. So again, um, we're going to inhale and the sip and then the long exhale. We'll just do that for 3 minutes. I'll set the timer. So let's start right now. Take a deep breath in, sip, and then full this through the nose. And then just keep going at your rhythm. And at this point, you might be feeling yourself getting a little bit lightheaded. That's totally fine. This is just generally why you don't want to do this while you're driving or doing anything. You want to keep it safe. But this sensation of feeling a little bit lightheaded is the recalibration of oxygen and CO2 levels in your body. And just keep going with it. There's nothing dangerous about it. And see if on the exhale you can really empty out your lungs. Keep going for another 60 seconds. Let's do 2 more rounds. So inhale and sip. More. Now allowing your breath just to resume its normal pace. So shifting from driving your breath to just observing your breath. And just notice, how does your body feel? How's it how's it different, if at all, now than it was just 3 or 4 minutes ago? Even just 3 minutes of this kind of breathing has changed the chemistry in our blood chemistry. And it's been shown to be one of the fastest and most reliable ways of activating the parasympathetic nervous system and just bring our level of arousal down. And the really cool thing about this is that it's free. It doesn't require any, I don't know, special technique or instructions other than what I just gave you now. And you can't really overdo this. Like, you can do this 20 times a day if you need to. So, this is an invitation to remembering this as a tool as you go into the weekend. And you can either do this, as I mentioned earlier, this can be just part of the foundational practice of what you do on a daily basis to build resilience and capacity for stress. Or you can use it as a response to a stressful situation, and just when you get activated and triggered, find yourself a quiet corner somewhere and just do this breathing technique for 2 minutes or 3 minutes and see how it affects your emotional and your mental state. All right, so I hope that's a useful tool, little takeaway for the weekend, depending on what kind of weekend you got coming your way. Um, Plan on seeing you on Monday for Mindfulness Monday. We'll do a mindfulness practice at noon. And yeah, wishing you all a great weekend.